Welcome back to Webcertain TV. I'm Gemma Houghton. Today I'm joined by Ruben Vezzoli, who's online marketing manager at online retailer Lesara, and we're going to talk about international search in e-commerce. So, hi Ruben, thank you for being here.
Thank you for having me.
So firstly, what do you think are the biggest challenges about managing international search?
Well, Lesara is at the moment shipping to 23 countries, so you can imagine that we have a lot of daily work. So I think this is already one of the first biggest challenge, to control everything and to be sure that we scale and we grow. So we are one of the fastest growing company in Europe, so I think our biggest challenge is to be sure that every day we grow and we improve our campaigns.
And obviously saying there are 23 countries, that's a lot of different countries and languages to be targeting, and with international you've got language, culture, logistics, all these things to think about. So how do you manage the campaigns on such a big scale to make sure they're still relevant to the local audience?
Okay, so we are 6 people who are managing Google Shopping and all the search campaigns. So I think what is really important is to localize the campaigns. So that's why we have native speaker for each country where we have the website. So I think it's really important for us to localize our marketing campaigns, but also have the local payment method, local logistic partners. So I think this is one of the advantages of working in Lesara, that you can really localize in the best way all the campaigns and all the structure of the store, of the different store.
And are there any ways that you can scale the efforts across markets? Of course, you have to localize for each and there are certain differences, but are there also elements where you can replicate the same structure, for example, or the same approach across different countries?
Well, I think when we look at the different channel we have, so Google Shopping and the search campaigns, I can say that it's easier to scale Google Shopping across countries, because you just work on your data feed and you don't need to target keywords. So it's just Google who matching your products with the keywords. Mm-hmm. So I think it's completely different compared to the classic search ads, because there you need for sure a native speaker who is able to recognize the best keywords and to optimize the campaigns. And it's also completely different compared to shopping, because you have more extension for the ads and you can communicate different USPs compared to shopping. So I think time-consuming SEM is not scalable as Google Shopping.
And how effective is Google Shopping compared to, say, search ads? Do you find that one works better than the other, or do you really need to have both?
Actually, I think it's the best way to do search engine marketing is to combine different channels. So you combine SEO, you combine SEM and with Google Shopping. So I think from my point of view, it's really important to have successful campaigns on search engine, to combine the different channels. So you combine shopping campaigns with search ads and also SEO. So I think it's really important to have the same goal, also if there are different channels, and to have a really clear strategy to scale in this channel.
And what about advertising on social channels? How much do you utilize the social advertising options, and how do they compare to search?
Yeah, I think for our business model, social media advertising is more important compared to search engine marketing, but I think you also can combine the two strategy, because on one side you have always push marketing channel, and on the other side you have pull marketing. So you can have different results, and in the long and medium term you can set different KPIs and set different goals. So you can have different customer lifetime value, different return on investment. So it's really important to have a good mix of marketing channels. So what we are trying every day is to find the best mix of all the channels.
And how much do you find that varies by country? So, for example, social media usage, are there some markets where it's very effective and others where people just don't use it so much?
Yes, of course. In different countries, we see that different marketing channels have different performance, but this is mainly due to the e-commerce penetration. So, for example, I'm from Italy, and we noticed that e-commerce penetration is lower compared to other market where we are, for example, Germany or the UK or the Netherlands. And that's why also the channel mix it's completely different for each country.
And then you've mentioned, of course, how important it is to have different channels all working together. But what about SEO? How does that play into it, and how does SEO support the paid side of things?
I think in the short term, you need to really be focused on search, paid search, because you can really have good results in short term, but then you can use all this data, all the data you collect to improve your SEO strategy. So you can improve a landing page, so to increase conversion rate, or for example, you can kind of estimate the return on investment you can have with off-page optimization. So I think paid search is really important to have also a good SEO result.
And then what about measurement? How do you measure the results? Is there kind of standard KPIs across all markets, or do you very much have very separate approaches and goals for every different country?
Actually, we have a different goal for each different countries, and we have, I would say, two different categories of KPIs. We have KPIs for the short-term results and KPI for the medium to long term. So I think in the short term, so on a daily basis, on a weekly basis, we look at the classic KPIs like CTR, conversion rate, or marketing spend. And in the long term, of course, we look at different KPIs, for example, customer lifetime value and the development of the behavior of our customers.
And then online fashion is obviously very competitive. It's a very growing sector, but it's very competitive. So what do you think are the most important things to be focused on in order to, stand out from the competition and make sure that you attract those users?
I think in Lesara we have a great business model because we are really focused on the trends. So it's really good for marketing channel, especially online marketing, because then you can really forecast the demand in advance, and then you can be one of the early adopters to advertise a specific product. So you can really be the first in the market, so you can have lower competition compared to different business model.
Yeah, so it's very important to be on trend and there at the time when people are looking for things.
Yeah.
So what would be your top couple of tips for international website management, international search management? What are the most important things?
I think the most important thing is the team. So you need to have a great team with great talents who are able to improve themselves every day, and to have one strategy, really focus on results. We are really focused on performance. So I think a great team is the most important things.
Great. Well, thank you very much for talking. It was great to talk to you.
Thank you.
Thanks.